just so you all know. It has been a bit busy summer in our districts and across the country into other districts as well. On Monday, we celebrated Labor Day, an opportunity to honor the American worker. But today, the American worker has so much more opportunity than they did just a short time ago. When we look at unemployment, historic low at 3.9, I'd like to continue to remind you, because I haven't seen you write about it enough, that in the last 49 years in America, unemployment has only been below 4% 8 months. That's 8 months in 49 years. And 3 of those 8 months we experienced this year. When you really look to the contrast on what has happened in Congress, it's results versus resistance. Not one Democrat voted for that economic bill. They believed it would be Armageddon. They believed when people kept more of what they earned that was crumbs. I'll give you an example of a contrast with results versus resistance. Just last night, Michael McCall had a bill up on suspension. It dealt with ICE using biometrics to keep terrorists out of America. 111 Democrats voted no. Nancy Pelosi and Steny Hoyer. More than 160 of them voted present when all we did was talk about what ICE was able to accomplish, stopping human trafficking, the fentanyl from coming across, and the MS-13 gang members they have removed from our community. There is a contrast between results versus resistance. We will continue to do our work. We're going to have this fall, we have appropriations in conference to a number of those bills to get done. I want to thank the Senate for the work that they had done on appropriations. This is different than in the past, that we can have these bills to become law. We have more work to get done, making this country safer, making the economy, you're more secure in your job, you're more secure in your future. And the strongest part about this economy is that it reaches all aspects. If you just have a high school degree, it's one of the strongest economies you have witnessed. If you're African American or Hispanic, one of the best you've ever seen in your lifetime. And just last August, the American factory activity expanded at the strongest pace than more than 14 years. You know what that means? That Made in America is coming back. These are the results we want to keep growing. Others want to see resistance. Today we'll swear in a new member on the Republican side, Troy Balderson. It was a tight race, but at the end of the day, the results outweighed resistance. The Democratic caucus has a difference that happened last night for them. The resistance movement won one more time, defeating a member that's been here more than 2 decades. So when we look for November, it'll be a large contrast, and there'll be examples to show. From a strong economy, from a stronger VA, to a military that's being built again, to a border being more secure, to the stopping of human trafficking online, to an ability of a person who is terminally ill to have a right to try a drug that hasn't been approved yet. Those are the results that this Congress has been able to achieve, even though we had resistance on the other side.